Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. A young man who is not prudent enough to seeking what pied his father, what pied his father might also buy him. We are getting a report right now that states that the Ooni of Ife has, employed the guards of the palace and everybody to go around the palace to check to see what is happening in the palace. If there is anything that is happening in the palace, because Iyagba was screaming, saying that the sound that the ground is being disturbed in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Now, in the interest of those of you who may not know who Iyagba is, Iyagba happens to be one of the oldest women who is living in the Ooni of Ife palace. She is of a royal dynasty that she has lived there all her life. So many Onis have left her there, and she is blind, but she can see more than anybody. So what that means is that she has two eyes, okay? Four eyes, they call it. And the woman sees a lot, and each time there is a problem or some kind of evil wind or cloud or something, she is usually the first person to say, okay? And, with everything that has been happening, with all the happenings in the palace, we heard that she has been crying a lot that there is disturbance, that the ground of the palace is being disturbed, okay? And remember that when this whole thing started, as God will have it, they said Kabiyesi left and said that he wanted to go and spend time with his wife, Olori Naomi. So Naomi is not in the palace from what we know, are hearing, and she has not come yet. And so Kabiyesi decided to go spend time, because they said since she came back from Paris, they have not really spent time together. So Kabiyesi decided that they'll spend time. And you do know that in Akure, Kabiyesi doesn't spend time a night in Akure. They said it's against the custom, their own Ile-Ife custom. So, but in his own house in Lagos, he can spend time there. So, for now that Naomi is not in the palace of the Ooni of Ife, that when they need to spend time, they spend their time together in the royal mansion. So we got this report that Kabiyesi left. As Kabiyesi left, all hell was let loose. They started doing a whole lot of stuff in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Generator went down. Iyagba was crying and all of that. So it was during this period that they said Iyagba had mentioned that the palace, the ground of the palace is being disturbed, and that something is happening and all of that. So when they say the ground of the palace is being disturbed, it's probably because they are digging, or maybe they are burying or something and something. And you do remember that the security, they had some kind of idea to set the chief security and security up, and maybe it was meant for this event. But if you go by the trajectory of event, you can really tell that it was meant for this event. So now they said the Ooni of Ife now urged the securities and everybody in the palace to find out, go around the palace, comb the nooks and crannies of the palace to see if there's any ground that has been disturbed, like digging or anything. That they have gone round and round and round. They checked even the areas that are being planted and all of that. They checked everywhere, that they have been digging and trying to check if anything went wrong, that they have not been able to see anything. Okay. And Iyagba is still saying it's not true, that something has been buried, because Iyagba is living there in the palace, and they have a lot of Ifa priests who are staying there also in the palace. But Iyagba is saying something has obviously been buried in the palace, that the security, they've not combed the palace well, they have not seen anything. But the security, they say that for how many days they have been combing and trying to find out if there's any shakiness in the ground, like, burying anything. Even they said they went to the site where they are planting stuff, like small gardens and all of that. They checked everything. They did not see anything that is happening to the palace of the Ooni of Ife, or happening in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. But Going by what Iyagba is saying, and going by what Reverend Esther Ajay is saying, and a lot of stuff as also saying, they said there is a Sele pastor, not Sele, Aladura pastor that came. He had a lot to say about what is going on, that nothing is okay in the palace. And I think this is the reason why a lot of people started blaming Ooni of Ife for letting that woman go. I think the woman left too soon. Maybe, just maybe, they ought to have allowed the woman to stay until after this event before she left. But Dr. Elizabeth is said to be interpreting the woman's, exit as something that the woman was not happy about. That the woman left the palace probably because Oni did not heed her advice, that maybe that was why the woman got angry and left the palace. But the way she left, she was very happy. She was given a lot of gifts. People came out to bid her a farewell, and she left. And she said that she's going to come back again as soon as she is called or invited. She will be very pleased to return back to the palace of the Ooni of Ife. But immediately this woman left, all hell was let loose. Even though they said there are so many preventive measures that has been put on ground, but when people are desperate, there's nothing they will not do to achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl De La Ram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the South System on the Royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you so much. I love you. I thank you. My people. Thank you for being here. Saying thank you to you can never be overemphasized. And an amazing week to you. I pray that God will bless you with that which you truly desire for your life. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. You yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Now, if this information we are getting is the truth, hence I've told you that I don't live in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. These are all alleged, rumored, speculated information, okay? If this information that we are hearing is the truth, that said Ooni has urged the palace guard to come to check everywhere to find out if there is any place where something has been buried, where something is hanging, where something is happening that they need to take care of. They should go ahead and begin to take care of that. The far priests are also at work trying to identify if there's any place where they have buried anything. That up until this moment where I am doing this video, they said they have not been able to identify anything. They have not been able to see anything yet. So the truth is that as soon as I get an information about this, I'm going to bring it to you. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.